Welcome everyone to Live at 5:55 with Joseph. I hope you had an awesome day today, and I hope you're just really living in your intentions of what's possible for you over and above living in your situations, circumstances, and conditions of those things popping up around you. So I did something interesting today. I just felt like experimenting. And so what I did, let me bring this a little closer. So what I did is I put out a question out there on some groups that I'm in Facebook and a couple other areas and such. And I asked the question, how would an instant $1 million change your life? And man, did I get some really cool results back and comments back from it. I got this smart alecky stuff like, I've already done that and things like that. And that's fine and everything. But some people said the first thing they would do is they would get an accountant. And I thought that's a pretty smart thing to do. A lot of people said they would pay off all their bills, and that puts you in that vibration of paying off your bills. I don't know if you've ever been in that vibration of getting debt free. But what I do know is people who live to be debt-free typically will always find more and more and more debt as they go, because they're focused on the debt. One of the other things is buy a new house, buy a new car, go on an awesome vacation. And those things are great. But here's the essence of it, of the ones I picked up in the comments, are when people say that it would change their life, that $1 million, received instantly would change their life. And that's exciting to think about that. But that's not true for a majority of people. What happens to a majority of people, and we see that all the time with these lottery winners who win millions of dollars, and they end up broke, they end up in rehab, they end up divorced, they end up, with the money ruins their life. And there's a reason why. The reason is we have upper limits in our life. Gay Hendricks calls it that in The Big Leap, the upper level limits. And what it is we're used to living at a certain level. So when we go from, say a $85,000 income a year, and we go our $150,000 income a year, whatever that may be for you, when we're at that level, we learn how to live. Our insides, our intuition, everything about us knows how to click at that level. If you bring a huge increase to that, to jump that to $1 million, from $85 million to $1 million, we don't know how to act at that. We don't know how to react. We don't know how to, our senses are off when that happens. And so what happens is when we get up there, it's like we will, without even knowing it, subconsciously, we will self-sabotage to bring it back down to whatever that upper limit is. And I use money to exemplify this. But it's the same thing in relationships. Have you ever you're in a relationship and it's going like, man, I've never experienced a relationship this incredible. And all of a sudden you start noticing squabbles or arguments or fights or whatever you refer to them as start breaking out. And really somewhere inside of yourself, you don't know where the hell that even came from. It's the same thing as we get to a certain level of our comfort zone, a certain level of where we're used to living. And if it goes above that, we self-sabotage to bring it back down. That's why so many people will lose and gain back the same 10, 20 pounds over and over and over again. They get to that goal weight and they start running it back up. There could be some other things going on here where we into that chase and stuff, but overall, one of the worst things that could happen is to hit an instant $1 million like that. Because we don't get to grow and expand within ourselves to raise that upper limit up to get to that point. Now, believe me, I am not against being a millionaire. I'm not against anybody being a millionaire. And I'm not saying I don't believe every single person that's breathing can be a millionaire in their life. What I'm saying is the process we do it in. When we look at things like the lottery, we look at things like, of that nature of like instant $1 million. It's such a low vibration compared to what I work with all my clients is getting a strong vision for that $1 million and then coming from that place of that within and the becoming of that person living as a millionaire, becoming of that person living in that awesome relationship, become that person of becoming, of having that company, and whatever else, those vacations, whatever it is you want to be, do, have, give, create, and experience. But when something is dropped on us like that, when something comes really big like that, You know, the best comment, my favorite comment, the one I align with the best, is to get an accountant, get somebody to manage that. You know, because then we can start doing things with it. But overall, the message here is so often we'll play money on the lottery, and we'll go on raffles, and we'll do this and we'll do that on these chances of getting something big quickly. It's so much more powerful to live in becoming that person, to live from coming from a vision of living that life of a millionaire. Get that vision of coming from a place of living in that absolute awesome relationship. To get a vision, to come from a vision. And not only does it end up getting us there, and it will open that doorway of those avenues for you, and things will just start showing up and doing it. But remember, life, I've said this before, life is all about the journey. You know, to be a millionaire is different living than that becoming of that in your life, the unfolding, the opening up, the expansiveness of it in your life. So when you look at things like this, the next time you're going to buy a lottery ticket, or the next time you're going to do a raffle or anything like that, ask yourself a quick question. What's my vision? What's your vision for your life? What's your vision of living as that millionaire? Because the more you ask that question, the more you'll work on that becoming from that person inside of you who's already there. There's a part of you that already knows what that life is like. It's that becoming and bringing that outwardly. The drop-in $1 million like that is something we go out and get. Everything in life that you end up creating, everything in your life that's a part of your vision is that becoming of within inside of you and living from the inside out, not getting on the outside to change the inside. And so many people want to live their life expecting their situations, circumstances, and conditions to align with what they want so then they can be a certain thing. But that's bullshit. You can be whatever it is you want to be. You can do whatever it is you want to do. You can experience whatever you want to experience in life. It's that understanding that it has to come from the inside outward, not from the outside in. And then you can be, do, and experience whatever you want, regardless of your situations, regardless of your current income, regardless of where you live, regardless of your education or where you come from or what your bank account says, regardless of any of those. Your doorway is always wide open for you to experience life as a multi-millionaire in every area of your life, with abundance galore, with relationships that you almost have to pinch yourself as far as being so excited and experiencing them the way you're experiencing them. But it all starts with the vision. That haphazard type of a thing with winning a lottery or something like that, it's fun to fantasize about that. The difference in what I'm talking about tonight is to have a strong vision for your life. That's the only difference between fantasy and our vision, is that we take a step into documenting, understanding, coming up with from the imagination, creativity within you is creating that vision. And I promise you, if your vision is to live as a multimillionaire, if your vision is to have so much money you can give away whatever your current income is, you can experience that in your life. Coming from the vision. Or what so many people do is they buy the lottery ticket, they don't win, and then they blame their situation, circumstances, and conditions for the life they're living. You don't have to do that anymore. If you want some more of this inspiration and motivation, I'm going to flash this real quick. The Ignite Success Institute Facebook group is all about mastering your mindset. If you haven't joined, all you got to do is click on the link and join the group. It's an awesome Facebook group where we share a lot of inspiration, motivation, and it goes around from everybody too. We have everybody in the group is pouring into it, and we're in the hundreds now and still growing. And we're doing Facebook Lives in there where we do on-spot coaching, and we answer questions, and we take the material I'm talking about here on Live at 5 and we go deeper into it and really get into the tools and the processes to help create a better life from right where you are with what you have. So if you haven't jumped on there and clicked that, join the group there, go ahead and do so. And then I just want to tell you, I do this because my whole passion is to inspire, motivate, and lead people just like you, to living better lives. I love what I do, and I want you to love what you do. Have an awesome evening, and God bless.